For a sandbox game like EverQuest Next Landmark, we all know that size does matter. We need room to play, otherwise things can get cluttered fast. Now, up until recently, we had very little information on the size of the world in Landmark. Most of the things we didn't know, such as how big the world will be, the size of the claim, how deep we can dig, and how high we can build. Some of these things are still unknown, but now that we have some of that information, we can start to picture the world a little bit better and put some of our fears at rest. Let's start with what we do know, the basics. The world is separated between two main sections, above ground and below ground. Additionally, there are tiers that split these up even further. We know that there will be several subterranean tiers, and possibly an additional tier in the sky, though it hasn't been confirmed yet for Landmark. We also know that there will be multiple surface biomes. However, it's unclear how this will affect the world underneath it, if at all. So while we still don't know the overall size of the world, we do have a good idea of the areas that we'll encounter within it. Now, let's take a look at size. Here's your run-of-the-mill adventure in Landmark. For the purpose of this video, we'll say she's 6 feet tall. A little over a week ago, it was revealed that the claim size, at least for Alpha, would be 70 meters long by 70 meters wide by 100 meters high. And here's what that looks like relative to our adventurer. Now, 100 meters is 328 feet high. That's pretty big, even bigger than it looked in the official claim video. But much of that was zoomed out, and humongous trees in the video didn't do much to help with the appearance of scale. To better illustrate the true scale, here's what the Statue of Liberty looks like in comparison. The entire thing fits inside the claim. Now, that was a shock to me. I really had no idea that the claims were this big. In fact, until I started doing a bit of math, I was actually a bit skeptical of the claim size. But this should leave a ton of room for us to start off building, especially vertically. So, now that the claim size is put into perspective, we need to go deeper. Recently, a tweet by Dave Georgeson mentioned EverQuest Next Landmark is going to be a mile deep. At first thought, this does seem big, but just like the claims video didn't quite illustrate the size of the claim very well, the word mile simply doesn't do things justice. In modern society, we're used to driving a mile in a car, and it goes by very quick. Even running a mile on a treadmill doesn't take very long. So these type of things warp our sense of scale a bit, which is why I decided to make this video. So back to the illustration. Let's zoom out to show what a mile deep really looks like. That's pretty deep, but actually we're only seeing about half of it. There we go. That's the bottom. And once again, the Statue of Liberty for scale. Now, the number of tiers underground still isn't known, but from a few different images we've seen, it's safe to assume that there will be at least 3 underground tiers. If there's an even split, we're looking at 1,760 feet for every tier. That's just about 30 feet shorter than the height of One World Trade Center, the tallest building in the US. Stacked end on end, that's almost exactly 3 of them. And way down at the very bottom is our adventurer. And if she were to tunnel her way back up to the surface at a respectable speed of 88 feet per minute, it would take an entire hour to get back to the surface. That's just an example though, so please don't use that speed as an official frame of reference, as I'm sure it'll probably be entirely wrong, without even taking into account different mining speeds for different materials and all that fun stuff, so it's just an example. Anyway, I hope this video helped shed a little bit more light as to just how deep the world of EverQuest Next Landmark is going to be, and also how much room there will be to build in your claim. Thank you for watching.